Hi guys, welcome to this Yin Yang practice. My name is Annika, if we haven't already met. So we'll start our practice laying down. If you have any props like a bolster or a blanket or blocks, bring them with you now. If you have a wall, we might use that at the end for a Yin Yoga pose. Otherwise, there's a variation you can do without it too. So whenever you're ready, let's start laying down. So starting laying down on our spine, you can have the legs long or the soles of the feet together with the knees splaying out to the side. So Supta Baddha Konasana. You know, the palms either side of you or on the belly, up the head, coming into the shoulders. Using any props you need so you feel supported. And just keeping a gentle gaze or closing down the eyes. And welcome to your mat. Remembering you have nothing to do and nowhere to be. No, everything is okay. The thoughts will continue to flow in and out. And you always continue to hear sounds in the background, whatever they may be. But these thoughts and these sounds, they don't disturb us. We just acknowledge them, accept them, and return back to the single point of focus that is, of course, our breath. Just noticing it to begin with. And the rise and the fall of the belly and the chest. Maybe the cool air as you inhale. And the warm air as you exhale. And maybe if you like, starting to even out the breath. As you inhale through the nose, down the esophagus and into the belly. And then as you exhale, letting it all go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Just a few more moments here. And then in time, you can start to bend at the knees or bring the knees together. Maybe use the support of your hands and just come into neutral as everything bounces back. Maybe your feet wide, knees splaying in. And then from here, just drawing the right knee to the chest. Hold behind the thigh onto the shin. Draw it closer towards us on an exhale. You can keep the other leg bent, or if it feels okay for your lower back, you can straighten that down to the floor. And as you draw this closer in towards you, just make sure the shoulders and the neck still stay relaxed. And down the spine. Maybe letting go of the left hand and keeping your right hand the right knee and just opening that out to the side, coming into that hip gently. Maybe you need to use that left hand to keep that left hip down and start to lift up. And from here you can make big circles going one way. And then the other way. And then finding stillness and straightening the leg, flexing both out the heel. Drawing the belly button into the spine here. Take another inhale. Exhale, lowering down, inch off the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale up. Exhale down. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale up. Exhale down. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale up. We're making circles with the ankle going one way. And the other. And then bending into that right knee, opposite hand onto the outside of the right knee. Keep that right shoulder grounded. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, let it fall over to the opposite side. Spinal twist as the hips start to stack. Rather than using force, just, of course, finding the breath. Use the exhale to encourage depth. And the next inhale, drawing it back up to center. You can hug both knees to the chest or just have both legs out long and just take a moment. And then coming to the other side. So bringing left knee to chest. Out. Circles going. Other. Stillness and straightening the leg. Both feet flat and out. So drawing this down and in. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale up. Exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale up. And encourage blood flow into that ankle. And then the other way. And then bending in the knee. Opposite hand, exhale, twist, other side. Single point of focus is still the breath here, always will be. And the next inhale, bringing the back up to center. Hug both knees to chest, or just bring both legs long and do nothing. Just notice how that feels. And then from here, let's hug both knees to chest. Anyway, just give yourself a gentle rock side to side, massaging the lower back. And from here, coming into relaxed baby. So one hand on each knee, and knees wider than torso. Shoulders down. And you can stay in this variation if you like, or if the body is allowing at the start of your practice, you're welcome to use your peace fingers to hold your big toes or the arches of your feet and come into your full happy baby. But tailbone is stay down, so you return back to my relaxed baby. But you can take that option if you like. And releasing the knees together and rocking up and down the spine. Massaging the whole back. A few moments here. And then your next inhale, coming up to seated, your Sukhasana. Alrighty. So I'm going to sit onto a prop to bring my hips higher than my knees, but of course this is totally optional. Hands gently onto the thighs, shoulders relaxed, spine and neck long. And then from here, gently come into the neck. So on your next inhale, shining your nose up to the sky. And then exhale down. Again, inhale. And then exhale. Last one in. And then out. And take an inhale, come back to center. Right ear to right shoulder as you exhale. You can just keep it there if you like, or add some weight with the palm if you desire. Not pulling the head off, just creating weight. Or reaching with the opposite hand. And then releasing that and coming to the other side. And then coming back to center. Then from here, bring both palms either side of you facing up. And take an inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, hands float down, thumbs in front of sternum. Take another inhale. Exhale, humbly bow the head forward. And just use this time to dedicate this practice to someone who may really need it. It could be a friend, a family member, a lover, a stranger, whatever. And then inhale, reaching up, look up. And then exhale, bring the hands down behind you, interlock the fingers, and then take an inhale, drive the fist down, open up into the chest. And then exhale, releasing that, interlocking the fingers in front of you, press away, rounding into the upper back. Take a moment here. And then releasing that. And from here, let's come into our 4-point kneeling. So moving the prop out of the way if you need to. Okay. Have your wrists slightly in front of your shoulders, knees slightly behind the hips, feet in line with knees as well. And then on your exhale, pressing the hips to the heels. This is Child's Pose Balasana. Now at any time throughout the practice you can find yourself here, that's totally okay. We will just come into a gentle flow. So next inhale, come back into your 4-point kneeling. Fingers spread wide, curl the toes, exhale, hips up, downward dog. Again, inhale, 4-point kneeling. Exhale. Child's pose. Again, inhale, 4-point. Exhale, downward dog. Full breath for movement. In, slowly, out. Again, full inhale. Full exhale. Again, in. And then out. Once more in. And then out. Let's stay here. Fingers spread wide, grinding through the whole palm, especially the index and the thumb knuckle. Internal rotation, with the upper arm as well. So it's like the armpits are trying to face each other. The neck is still long here, ears coming to the inside of those upper arms. And I have a slight bend in my knees here to continue to send the tailbone up. Let's find our alignment here in a high plank. Next, inhale, roll the spine forward. Shoulders in line with wrists, ball of feet in line with heels. Energy out the heels as well, knees up or down. And once you have that alignment, don't let anything change. Exhale, hips back up. And again, inhale. Exhale. Once more in. Holding here out. Take another inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Staying here if you like, coming down to child's pose if you feel that's best. Otherwise, you can bring your right hand to your left ankle, shin, thigh, coming into a twist. Maybe gazing underneath that underarm as well. If you did that, coming to the other side, of course. Extra hard in socks. I'll take them off eventually. And then coming back to center. And from here, slowly creeping the feet over to the top of the mat. Slowly, mindfully, of course. And then exhale, full fold. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders down the back, neck long. Exhale, full fold. Take a moment here. Maybe crossing into your arms, letting the head hang heavy. Bending into my knees here too to continue to send the weight forward. And then releasing the hands down, maybe underneath the shoulders a little bit more, or onto blocks. And from here, inhale, right leg up into the air, grounded Virabhadrasana in 3. All 5 toes are facing down, hips are square. You get the leg higher with your hips open, but that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to keep the hips square. Take another inhale. Exhale, bring that down. Other side, in. Hold it here, out. Another in. Out. Take an inhale. And then exhale, releasing that. Bending your knees around through the shoulders. Slowly roll up the spine. Head's the last thing to come up. When you get to the top, maybe rolling your shoulders back a few times or doing some elephant swings. Alrighty. And then from here, let's come into a couple of rounds of Surya Namaskar A and then some rounds of Surya Namaskar B. So Surya Namaskar, Sanskrit word for sun salutation, is to thank the sun for coming out this morning, as well as strengthen and stretch over 100 muscles in our body. Traditionally done as the sun rises, of course, They say around 20 rounds. We're not going to do that. Unless you want to, of course, you can pause the video and do that. Otherwise, it's coming to Tadasana. So palms either side of you, facing forward. Shoulders relaxed and down. Just notice the feet to begin with, finding all four corners of each foot, but the inner arches of the feet are still lifted. The kneecaps are lifted, the quads are lifted, but not locking out the knee joints, slight micro bend. As we inhale the space into the side ribs, but as we exhale, the shoulders are still relaxed and down. It's like gravity's falling in front of us and behind us, but not directly onto us. And then on your next inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. Anjali Mudra. Let's come into those Surya Namaskar A's. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to high plank, knees down or up. Take an inhale here, maybe shifting forward. Exhale, knees, bend at elbows. Keep the chest and chin lifted. And then feet flat, hips down. All 10 toes grounded. Inhale, lifting just the chest, not pressing through the hands. And then hands down, curl your toes, hips to heels, and then up, downward dog. Hold this here in, and then out. Inhale, step one foot and then the other to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, reaching up. And then exhale, center. Again, in and out. In, out, high plank. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lower. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Hands underneath elbows. Hands down, exhale. Downward dog. Holding here in. And then out. Inhale, step one foot in the other. Halfway lift. And then exhale, full fold. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, center. Again, in. And then out. In. And then out, high plank. We have the choice here now to continue with what the variation we're doing, or chaturanga. So inhale, shift forward, knees up or down, exhale, lowering down. Elbows in line with wrists, if you can. And then inhale, up dog or cobra. So this is up dog, knees, hips lifted, legs strong. Protect the back, shoulders down, neck long, but don't crunch the back of the neck. And then exhale, draw from the core, curl over the toes, downward dog. Holding here in, and then out. Now your choice, step or curl your toes, bend your knees, hips back, gaze forward. As you inhale, gently hop to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, reaching up. Let's go straight through, exhale, full fold. Inhale. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lower. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. In. And then out. Inhale, step or gently hop top of the mat. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, center. Let's come into our Surya Namaskar B now. So bending at knees, hips in line with knees if you can. Fingertips brush the floor, then inhale, arms up. Make sure you can see your toes. If not, send your shins back, coming into your chair pose. Everyone's favorite asana. We're not, if we can, sort of flatten this tailbone down towards the heels rather than sort of like loading into the lower back. Chest open, shoulders down the back. Take another inhale. Exhale, back to full fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to high plank. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lower like before. Inhale, open like before. Exhale, downward dog. And then from here, turning your left foot 45 degrees. Right foot in between the hands, step it there, carry it there, do whatever you need to do to get the heel sort of in line with the knee. Making sure you're grounding through that back pinky toe foot. This back thigh is wrapping forward as well. Hips are working to face forward, and then inhale, arms up. Virabhadrasana. One. So like our downward dog, we have the internal rotation with the upper arm. Energy through those fingertips. Take another inhale. Hands down, exhale to chaturanga. So stepping back, lowering down, knees down or up. Then inhale, open the chest. Exhale, curl over the toes. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, other side. Ground through the foundations. Make sure that front knee is not falling inwards, keep it out. Take another inhale. Hands down, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, curl over the toes. Traditionally, we hold this downward dog for 5 breaths, but anytime you can come down to your knees as well. Then on your 5th breath, start to prepare back into your downward dog. Curl the toes, bend the knees, hip back, gaze forward. Inhale, step or gently hop, top of the mat. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, hands at heart center. Let's do that again. Bending at knees. Inhale. Exhale, a little bit more fiery this time. Inhale. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lower. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, right foot forward. Warrior 1. Hold this here. Exhale. Take another inhale. Hands down. Exhale, chaturanga. You can bring that foot down, let it float. Your choice. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, curl over the toes. Inhale, left foot forward. Virabhadrasana 1. Take another inhale. Hands down, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 5 breaths. And then when you're ready, step or gently hop, top of the mat. Exhale. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, center. Now feel free to pause this at any time because this is streaming and this is the future, and you can pause it and add 100 Surya Namaskar B, that's your jam. I know some of you are super keen. Otherwise, we'll leave it at that for now. We're going to come into one last standing sequence and then we'll come into the yin part of the practice, which is the best part to me. So it's all good actually. Okay, I'll stop talking. Let's come to stand Tadasana. Let's come into our chi pose to begin with, and we'll have a few variations here. Okay, I'm going to take these socks off because they're not serving me. All right. So chi pose. Bend into the right knee to begin with. You can stay in this variation if you like, or you can take this out to the side. Stay in this variation if you like, or bring that to the calf. Hips are still forward. Don't jeopardize that by trying to bring the knee out. Hips still forward. Stay in this variation if you like, or bringing it to the upper thigh. Maybe hands at heart center, finding your drishti, your point of focus to help you to balance here. Breath is still the single point of focus. So the supporting leg, there's still a slight micro bend in the knee. Not locking out the knee joint. Shoulders still relaxed. The neck is still long, energy through the crown of the head. You can continue to hold this asana at any time. You can use a wall at any time, or you can come into your half lotus variation. So to do that, this sort of ankle sort of rests into a shelf in the upper thigh. All right. Your hands come to heart center again. Staying in this variation if you like. Continue to find stability. Otherwise, you're welcome to come into a forward fold working towards our tiptoe pose. So releasing the hands down, maybe they come to the floor, maybe not. Maybe you can bend into the knee. So when you start bending into that supporting leg, we come onto the ball of the foot. Alrighty, hands can stay down. Maybe just one comes up. Or maybe both. Exhale, releasing the hands down. And then from here, whenever you're ready, you can take an inhale, reversing that. And peacefully releasing that leg. Up. And then down. Take a moment, do a dance, get rid of all that. And then let's come to the other side. So bending into that leg initially, hips are still square, maybe bring it out to the side, hips are still square, maybe up here, maybe up here. Never ever the knee, I should have told you that on the first side. That, not a thing we do. So up or down. Balancing asanas are a form of meditation, is all we're doing here, is focusing. Coming into the half lotus variation, if the hips allow today. Don't force it, it's not worth it. Try closing your eyes, makes it like way harder. And if you like, coming into that variation on the other side. So coming on down, into the ball of that foot. So I sort of sit on that heel. Chest open. You have one ankle that feels stronger than the other. That's my left ankle for some reason. And then hands down. Inhale. And then exhale. Release all that. Take a moment. Okay, alrighty. Let's make our way down to the floor. We're going to do that with a vinyasa. So come to the top of the mat. Palms either side of you. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high plank. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lower. Inhale, open. And then exhale, close. And then from here, knees down wide, big toes together, Balasana. Take a moment here. Relax into the shoulders. Hope you like. And then from here, we need to come to sit in our Sukhasana once again. So you can just roll up the spine and come to sit however you like, or bring the hands out again. Come back to your downward dog. Curl your toes, bend your knees, hips back, gaze forward. And then as you inhale, you press through the palms, lift the hips up, cross the ankles, and then land somehow. So, then you're here. Okay. So let's come into the yin part of our practice now, which I deserve today. We all deserve every day. So let's come into our seated butterfly. Now, I have a bolster. You do not have to use one of these fancy things. You can use any cushions or blankets or just whatever you can get your hands on. You can roll up the blanket or just pile on your bed cushions. I'm going to use a blanket and I'm going to sit on it. The reason why I do this is because, people always think, oh, Annika is a yoga teacher. She must be like super flexy. Where is that stereotype even from? Like, I'm actually quite tight, and I know a lot of the teachers got into yoga because they're quite tight. So, and this is just our gift, that is our anatomy. So I like to sit onto a blanket, so this continues to keep the tilt at the hips rather than me rounding too much into the lower back. But this is yin, so that is okay, but it just feels more comfortable for me. But you do whatever you need to do. Then from here, soles of the feet together. Knees out to the side. Now, if you feel any sensitivity under the thighs, like this blanket is helping as well, but you can use blocks as well or anything like that. You have some options here too. You can just surrender forward. You can have the palms facing up underneath the thighs. Or you can use your bolster. Like this. Opening up into the shoulders. Whatever works for you. Hopefully you guys can still hear me okay. So in Yin Yoga works very differently to Yang or Yong Yoga. We use time and patience rather than force to come into our connective tissues. Tendons, our ligaments, our fascia. It looks very differently to the muscles. They need to be gently lengthened and strengthened. We spend at least 3 minutes in each of these shapes. It's completely relaxing here. The connective tissues can't lengthen until we relax into the muscles. Maybe over time these asanas start to feel easier. Or maybe over time we need to gently come out, and that's okay too. But remember, ideally when coming around a halfway edge, a halfway stretch. Remembering you have nothing to do and nowhere to be. Just a few more long breaths here. And then on your next inhale, gently rolling up the spine. Just move any props to the side. Moving the legs together, coming into neutral. Just take a moment here as everything bounces back. And then from here, let's come into our half dragonfly. So to do this, we're going to bend into one knee and straighten into the other. Okay, so this is our half dragonfly. So in Yang or Yang style yoga, we sort of, bring this elbow inside the thigh and we really open up and find energy through those fingertips. But in Yin Yoga, we just sort of fall over to that side. Okay, so inviting gentle stress here. So you can just relax into the head, or you can hug the bolster or cushions or whatever you like. Yeah, or maybe hand up above head, or maybe behind the back. There's something you can commit to. And so using this time to learn patience and tolerance. And the thoughts start to roll in, and labeling them as thinking. Without any judgment or aggression. Can return back to the single point of focus that is and always will be the breath. There's a few more long breaths here. And inhale, gently roll on up. Really pulse to the side and just come into neutral for a moment. Let's move on over to the other side, half dragonfly. Keeping that leg nice and long. Some sort of ish variation you did on the other side. Similar works. That sentence made no sense, but you get what I mean. Yeah. I'm in the full star. Just taking a moment here. It's been 3 minutes. This side's tighter, so I'm going to add more things. Just notice where you're holding onto tension. Use your next exhale to breathe into that space. Using every inhale to just be, and every exhale to let go. Inhaling, I'm just here now. Exhaling, I'm letting go of resistance. And just a few more long breaths. And then slowly rolling torso forward to begin with. And then inhale. Take a moment. Let it all bounce back. Alright, and then from here, we'll come to open up now in either our reclined seat or our assisted fish. So for reclined seat, we bring 2 blocks, if we like, on top of the mat. Bolster on top of blocks, or blanket or cushion, or just something to support the whole spine. I'm going to place a blanket here where my hips are as well, so it's not so strong. And just laying back onto that support there. Come into this variation or assisted fish. So assisted fish is having the prop across the spine instead. Everyone's a little bit different where they like to have it. We don't want it to feel sharp, okay? So it should always feel like length and extension. And then lean back onto that. I definitely feel like reclined seat this evening, so I'm going to take that one. Because it's late in the night here. It's time for sleeping. Alright. Palms can be either side of you or on the belly, above the head, coming into the shoulders. You have the legs long or soles of the feet together, knees facing up or across the ankles. Just returning to the single point of focus, that is the breath. We continue to do this in yoga, as the breath is always there for us, and yet always in flux. It's always changing. We use the breath to keep us grounded and keep us present. This breath. And now, we gently open up here into the chest and the shoulders as well. Just a few more long breaths. And in your own time, coming into neutral, bending at the knees, not there already. Take a moment as that bounces back. And then bring your knees to one side and press through the palm and slowly roll up the spine. Okay, so from here, we're going to now come into our fountain of youth. So there's two ways you can do this. You can place the prop underneath your hips and use this to help your legs float. Okay, so which would look like this. Prop underneath hips, down, or a block, or a cushion or whatever, and just let the legs float up. Otherwise, if you have a wall, you can use that as well. So to use the wall, you bring your hips as close as you can to the wall. Now, if you get the top bum cheek up on it as well, it brings you really nice and close. Now we want to be really nice and close to the wall so we don't overextend into the legs. And then from here, if you need support for your head, make sure there's someone near you. Sweep your legs up and over. Okay. So you can have the legs long, or if that doesn't feel okay for you, you can have the soles of your feet together, knees out to the side, or come into your frog against the wall. It's like Malasana against the wall, or dragonfly against the wall. I, however, like Fountain of Youth. So our Fountain of Youth helps to reverse blood flow, make it a little bit easier for our hearts, so to give ourselves a detox as well. Helps us tap into the parasympathetic nervous system, so our sleep and relaxation hormones. And as you take some gentle stillness here, in whatever asana you're in, maybe you start to notice the blood gently leaving the feet. You can use this feeling as a mindfulness practice as well. The thoughts roll in, just labeling them as thinking and putting them to the side. Turning back to the flows of the breath. Do that as many times as you need to. And work to hold this. It's for a few minutes to begin with, but we build it up. Maybe you can hold for 5 and 10, 15 minutes. When you're ready, we'll start to transition into our Shavasana, corpse pose. Of course, if you want to stay here, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, gently bending at the knees in a moment. And then rolling over to the side. Pressing on up. And then let's set ourselves up for Shavasana, corpse pose. So, yes. Traditionally, we just lay long. Actually feels quite nice to have something underneath the knees, especially if you have a tight lower back and hamstrings. That's what I'm going to do. It's coming into cooler weather now. So cover the feet, down to the side. The palms relax either side of you. Using an eye pillow or just gently closing down the eyes. Shavasana, the Sanskrit word for corpse pose. Literally means just laying here, it's like a dead person. So we can wake up reborn once again. Using every exhale to melt deeper into the earth beneath you. And from here, start to deepen the breath. Using this deepened breath to bring awareness back to this body. Gently wiggle the toes and the fingers to begin with. Maybe bring your hands up above your head and stretch like you just woke up for the first time today. In your own time, just gently roll over to your favorite side. And just take a moment, collecting yourself here. And keeping a gentle gaze with your eyes closed, pressing to the earth and coming up to a seated position. Any seat that works for you, as long as your shoulders can be relaxed and your spine and neck along. Let's take a final few moments here with this breath once again. From here, bring the palms at either side of you facing up. Take an inhale, reach them up to the sky. Palms together, exhale, hands float down, thumbs in front of sternum. Take another inhale, and exhale, humbly bow the head. And just notice this sense of peace and love after your yoga practice. And just sending it out to the person you dedicate it to as well. Know you can take it off the mat out there in the real world too. I'm giving thanks to the teachings of yoga and the honor it is to share it here all together in a safe space. Namaste.